Today I wanted to show you how to do this Christmassy look with lovely juicy red lips. Whoa, and here I am looking scary without any makeup on whatsoever. And first of all, I'm going to start with my foundation, which is MAC's Face and Body in the tone C1. I've already prepped and primed my skin. So I'm going to use this MAC 187 stippling brush, which is my favourite to use. So I'm going to put this a bit fast forward, and then basically I just place it all over my face, and I really like to buff it in the best I can because I really want it to look as natural as possible. If needed, you can always place some more or some concealer on the areas that I feel that I need more coverage. For concealer, I'm going to use MAC's Mineralized concealer, and it's an NW20. And I place just a little bit because I don't really want it to crease, and I use the MAC 224 brush just to blend it all out the best I can. I like to set the concealer with MAC's Mineralized Skinfinish Natural in Light Plus, and I use the same 224 brush to set the concealer, and then I will use the stippling brush to also place a little bit of the Skinfinish over the areas that I don't want to be as shiny. Onto bronzer now. I use Yves Saint Laurent's Terre Saharienne in the colour number 3, and I like to use this MAC 109 contouring brush to place it. As you can see, I contour with my bronzer slightly, and basically I just add a bit of warmth. So I add it under the cheekbones and also jawline and even on my hairline, and also doing slightly a figure of 3. And now onto blush, and it's one by Clinique that I've broken. It's the first thing I've actually ever broken of makeup. But anyway, I use the same MAC contouring brush to do this. And it's so white that sometimes I feel like I've overdone it. So I get the same foundation brush again, and I just go over it and blend it slightly. Another thing I like to do sometimes, especially if it's a blush like this that's slightly tan, is to take a little bit and place it on the bridge of my nose, and that it looks like I've been slightly sunburnt, and it's a very beautiful effect. And now onto the very famous Urban Decay Primer Potion, which has changed my life. And I just take a very small amount, as you can see, and I place it on each of my eyelids, and I let it do its magic. Now onto eyebrows, and as you can see, it's really small, so I'll have to buy a new one sometime soon. I don't really do anything special with my eyebrows. I just use the spoolie first to sort of sort them out and lift them a little bit, and then I use the pencil side to fill in slightly and just make them a little bit more prominent because they're so light in colour that they tend to disappear under the rest of my makeup. I'm going to be using the Naked 2 palette because I want number 3, and as I don't have it, I'm going to use this one. And first of all, I'm going to use a eyeshadow called Chopper, and I'm going to place that with MAC 239 shader brush all over the eyelids. The next shade I'll be placing is called Tease, and it's a matte one, and I'm going to define my crease with it. Now I'm going to use the MAC 219 brush to highlight some of the areas using this light shade from the palette called Foxy. Using the same brush, I'm going to define my crease even further and darken it using this colour called Suspect. finally, I'm going to take the MAC 239 brush and I'm going to use a dark eyeshadow called Snakebite, which I'm showing you here, and I'm going to place that along my lower lash line. And here I have a Max Gel Fluidline in Blacktrack. I'm going to use this angled brush with it. I'm going to place a fine line and do a slight flick. And sorry for this part of the clip, I realise I'm not actually really in front of the camera, but I didn't know at the time, so sorry about that. And here's a finished eye look. As you can see, it's quite simple because as we're going to do a very bright, juicy red lip, I wanted to keep it defined, but at the same time, simple. And finally, we're going to do the lips, and I'm using this MAC Prolong Wear lip liner in Kiss Me Quick. And this is the first time I do it with a very small mirror in front of the camera, and I did the best job I could, basically. And now, looking at myself, I've just realised I haven't done that very well at all. No! So I'm going to try and solve this. Now that I've mended my boo-boo, we're onto lipstick, and I'm using this very beautiful Mineralized lipstick by MAC called Everyday Diva. And I seem to have considered that this is the end look. And yes, Ingrid, you've forgotten mascara. So, very beautiful, but I do suggest you place a little bit of mascara or even some false lashes. I hope you like the final look. I think it's absolutely beautiful for Christmas and any other special occasion, actually. So, thank you very much for watching the video. Please subscribe if you want to watch any more of my silly, crazy tutorials. And thank you ever so much. Bye-bye!